part for me to answer, because I was just going to literally come up off of what James has said. If you listen to his incredibly powerful speech, so to speak, he mentions about something that ties in with what I started with. I started with by saying the importance of transparency and accountability, right? And so the role of the diaspora here is we have to look at it within the context of them being observers into the economy. Like I mentioned, they are the investors, so to speak, with the 640 billion, right? So they're aware constantly through the media and also through observation as well as participation, whether intensely or through, the visuals. And they can be able to understand that there's something wrong in the economy where a particular group of people can come together and decide that despite the glaring gaps in poverty, youth unemployment, as well as all the vices that are attached to that, there are people that are seeking to continue taking advantage of that. As observers, the interpretation from their side is this is probably a societal problem in terms of our lack of ability to take responsibility and accountability, not just as a citizen, but most importantly, as an individual. So you're not just a Kenyan because you're running a business. You're running a business, yes, but you're also contributing to that economy, which means you have some form of social contract between these two. And so the remittances become it's an interesting melting pot, because if you look at the numbers, there's been a steady increase of remittances over the years, which means that the willingness of Kenyans to continue bringing back the money home has not stopped. Okay. But they do consistently focus on the aspect of how does my money work for me and what does that mean for my people back home? And that is where the government and the people have to come in together and collaboratively seek solutions that seek to push this country forward. Because again, resources are not the problem, accountability is.
Is the problem. And of course, I think that as well answers this critical question of what then migrants help economies of both, those ones that are sending and receiving countries, right, and how they get to actually help in this, which is very critical.